Oh, the holiday was so good. The ice creams, the pastries, the bread, the meat, the not worrying about calories because calories don't count on holiday. I wonder what the damage is. What? 80 kilos? I guess calories do count when you're on holiday. Time for drastic action.
Are you eyeballing me with those baby blues? Are you?
Sir, no, sir!
Are you in love with me, Swafford?
Sir, no, sir!
Oh, you don't think I look good in my uniform, Swafford?
Sir, the drill instructor looks fabulous in his uniform, sir!
Oh, so you're gay then, and you love me, huh?
Sir, I'm not gay, sir!
Do you have a girlfriend, Swafford?
Sir, yes, sir!
Yes again, motherfucker. Jody's banging her right now. Get on your face and give me 25 for every time she gets fucked this month. Down on your face!
Boy, I'm sure tired and hungry after all of that physical activity this morning. What shall I have? What's on the menu? Maybe some bacon and eggs. Maybe some pancakes and bacon or fruit. I don't know, maybe some tea, cheese. I wonder. Oh. Looks like toast with peanut butter. And a coffee. Well, I best eat this slowly and take my time so I can properly enjoy it. Because that is not a lot of food for somebody that's done 25 whole push-ups. Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ilona. I'm also on Shikara Transformations on my other channel. On this channel, I'm called Shikara Tries Out because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try out different diets, different lifestyle. I'm going to eat like celebrities, train like celebrities. I'm going to let you know what I think about them. Why would you say that? Why would you think that I would be a good person to judge this? Well, I am a bodybuilder. I do like weight training. I've been into health and fitness for quite a long time. And I'm also a health and fitness coach. So I do have quite a decent understanding of how nutrition works. We are going to start off this new series with the military diet, which surprisingly actually doesn't have anything to do with the military. Nobody knows where this diet came from. I thought maybe it was military diet because it has things like tin tuna on it and bread and peanut butter, you know, things that non-perishables or not, well, bread is a perishable, but not fast, things that last a bit longer, you know? And that apparently has nothing to do with, apparently it's just some sort of marketing ploy. There is no science behind this particular diet. There are some claims that it combines chemically compatible foods, which, what does that even mean? I don't know. However, what it is in essence is, what it is essentially is 3 days, 3 meals, very, very low calorie. Therefore, do not try this at home. Just watch me do it. Watch me experiment. Live the experience through me. I do not condone this diet off the bat. I've worked out the calories. I don't approve of some of the nutrition in it. I'm still going to do it because I'm an idiot.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb.
The first meal is gonna be black coffee, which is not a black coffee, but let me explain the rest. Toast with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. You should have also, with this first meal, you should have half a grapefruit. Couldn't find grapefruit. The alternative is, the substitute is supposed to be baking powder and water. Couldn't find baking powder. Well, I probably could, but I forgot to look for it in the shop. And the coffee, apparently in this diet, you're not supposed to have sweetness, sugar, or milk. I'm still gonna have some milk in my coffee because I'll be fine. I'll survive. And also, I sweeten this with vanilla drops, sugar-free vanilla drops, and I'm gonna have a Diet Coke later too. But nonetheless, let me get into this first meal and I'll explain more about the diet in other meals. This is probably fucking cold by now. It's the fourth time I'm trying to film this. Let me know what you think, by the way, of this format, of this video. Nonetheless, bon appetit. I'm not gonna lie, it's very sticky on the mouth, hard work to chew, hard work to swallow. Tastes nice though. Can't Calvé pindakaas. If you Dutch, you know exactly what I mean. The best peanut butter there is. Tastes nice, it's just hard work. One thing that's interesting about this diet is that despite it being very low calorie, it's quite high carb. I mean, high carb for me. I eat low carb most of the time. I also do intermittent fasting, which is what I'll be doing now. It's actually 11:30, partially because I know I'm going to be hungry. The sooner I eat, the more likely I'm going to be hungry throughout the day. I can manage my hunger a lot better until I eat. I normally eat around 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates, just because I find that it works the best for my body, for my performance, the way that I like to look. This is 100 grams, 120 grams on some days. So it's definitely higher carb. So excuse all the bread that's probably on my face, in my teeth. I know I'm looking a mess, but calories, macros, should you be interested. On this diet, you're not supposed to exercise, or at least minimize it. I am still doing some cardio in the morning for the simple reason that, one, I am still recovering from a minor operation of having my implant removed. Also, the reason is because the calorie restriction is so high, you don't need to do exercise, but I will still go and do some cardio. That's what I meant to say. I just like doing cardio in the morning, guys. It just sets me up. I enjoy it. Anyway, first meal done. I'll be back when it's meal time. Apologies if it's a bit messy in the background. We came back yesterday from a month and a half long holiday, so unpacking and all of that. But I'm quickly going to have a little snack because I am hungry. It is 1 o'clock now and I'm going to have an apple. I should have had this tonight, but it doesn't really matter when you eat food. Maybe it does on this diet plan, but in real life it doesn't matter as long as you get the food in. So I'm just going to have this little apple now as described on the plan. My second meal is supposed to be tuna on bread with coffee, but I'm gonna have a coffee now. It's 2 o'clock. I'm in between calls with clients, so I'm gonna have a coffee now because I'm not quite hungry enough to eat it after the apple, but I could do with a little boost of energy. And yes, I'm gonna have some milk in there. Three o'clock on the dot. I added 20 grams of mayonnaise to this. I had my coffee earlier. I'm starving. I've got a headache the next 2 days. 2.5 days. Gonna be interesting. I've not had tuna mayonnaise on a sandwich for ages. Quite nice. I forgot how nice it was. Shouldn't have the mayonnaise. I think I said that already. But I'm still around 1200 calories, so it's fine. It's fine. I normally eat 2,500 to 3,000, so this is a lot less calories for me. I've got to wait 3 to 4 hours until my last meal. It's gonna be hard, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This sucks. Even for fit people, being hungry sucks. And the last meal, well, it's actually the last meal. So what I'm, because I thought, here we have 100 grams of steak with a cup of beans. So the plan says that you should have 3 ounces, which is 75 grams. Too many gains. It's not enough. I need to have a bit more protein than that. What were you looking at my gains like that for, huh?
Just.
Yeah. So that's my husband, by the way. So basically I need to have a little bit more protein. I have 1 meal left, which is a cup of ice cream with half a banana, and I'm gonna have that as a dessert in a bit when we're watching some TV. So let's get into this. Also, I deviated and I added some butter to pan fry the steak just to give it a little bit of flavor. I weighed the butter out. He has the majority of butter on his plate. I just wanted just a little bit, just to brown the steak and give it a bit of flavor. Again, guys, I normally eat a lot, about 1,000 calories a day more, so this is quite the cut. And the beans are overcooked. Never mind.
Nice.
This afternoon hasn't been this bad. This morning, not too bad. After lunch, it was awful. I felt horrible, awful hungry. I had a bad headache. Not been too bad, but I'm gonna let this go down for a little bit and then I'll have the ice cream next. If you like Vikings, blood, gore, and an accurate portrayal of their life, then don't watch Norsemen on Netflix. However, if you want to have a laugh in a Viking series format, watch Norsemen. It's very, very good.
The next day.
Hey guys, it is actually the next day. It's 8:30 in the morning, not time to eat yet, but I'm having a coffee because I'm hungry. I did do some weight training, a little bit of chest, a little bit of cardio, but I'll be back when I'm having my first meal. Meal 1, day 2. It is 5 to 11. I'm dying for this. However, it's half a banana, slice of toast and an egg. Today is actually less calories than yesterday. Nonetheless, I'm gonna eat this and enjoy it because I'm starving. I inhaled that. Should have had a coffee too. I had it earlier because I trained and then I started editing. I've been working ever since, so I wanted to have a coffee then. I don't really like drinking coffee with my food, to be honest, so I'd rather just have a coffee sort of like in between. Food fell out of my mouth. Anyway, back to work. I managed to hold out until 2 o'clock to have the next meal, which is, I'm having 2 eggs. The plan says 1, but I'm having 2. I'll explain in a second. And I'm also having 3 Jacob's crackers. So what they're called, I can't think properly because I'm starving. And a cup of cottage cheese, which I seasoned, flavored, I don't know, I can't think, I'm hungry. Cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla drops. So this has got flavor. Now, I think there's a difference between the UK calories and the American calories because the way I've worked it out into my fitness pal, because I've stuck it into my fitness pal, the total day should come to 1200 calories and my day came to about 1000. So what I've done is I added on an extra egg and I've added on an extra cracker. That should be alright for now. Not gonna lie, I am really freaking hungry a lot. I'm quite headachy. However, we're halfway through the second day, which means there's only half of the time left, which means that I can do this. So I'm gonna eat this. I've had 2 coffees already. I should have a coffee with this meal. And I don't know why there is such an encouragement to drink a lot of black coffee. I reckon 1, because caffeine is a mild appetite suppressant. Obviously it gives you energy, which, by the way, when you do something like this, where you are extremely low in calories, I find it's the best to keep just busy, which is what I've been doing. I've been working on my main channel, editing on my vlogs and commentary videos, so go and check out my main channel if you haven't. And also, coffee has mild thermogenic effects. What basically means if something is thermogenic or it has thermogenic properties, it means that it takes more calories to burn the food than the calories that are in the food or the drink.
That is not correct.
Certain foods increase your metabolic rate through a process known as the specific dynamic action of food. It's also referred to as the thermic effect of foods. Since your body has to burn off some of its own calories to do the work of digesting the food you eat, it generates heat, and this is known as the thermic effect.
And also what I find with coffee, what happens is it raises your heart rate, which means that you naturally burn more calories also, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on how you look at it. But this is what most fat burners do. Most fat burners increase your heart rate, meaning that you're just burning more calories as you exist. They don't actually burn fat. Nonetheless, I'm gonna eat this now because I'm very hungry. These crackers are drier than a nun. Cottage cheese, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla. Chef's kiss. Also great to eat before bed because cottage cheese is essentially casein. Casein is a slow digesting protein, which means that it keeps you fuller for longer. When you're dieting, every macro, every calorie count. If not, you're not hungry enough. So it's been a few hours. It is literally 6 o'clock on the dot. I've had a shower since, in case you can't tell. Tried to do my eyebrows. I know they should look like sisters, but they look like cousins. So I don't know what happened there. Let's ignore it. But it's time to eat. And on the menu, we should have hot dogs, guys. I'm not eating hot dogs. I'm not in the mood to eat hot dogs. I don't like hot dogs. So instead I'm gonna have some steak. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have some pan-fried steak with the carrots, with the broccoli. So I'm gonna go make that. Do you want food as well? Do you want steak?
Yes.
He wants steak as well, so I'll make it for him too. Yeah. So I'm gonna eat the broccoli with the steak first, and then I'll nibble on the carrots afterwards to make it last longer. And then in a bit, I'll have like for my dessert, the ice cream, half a cup. What I did with the broccoli is, I was gonna boil it, and then I thought I can just microwave it. So get a big bowl, bit of water in the bottom, stick it in the microwave, done.
The next day.
Hey guys, it is the last day, thank God. I did have to eat something last night because I was so hungry I couldn't sleep. Now, sleep is more important than food, because if you don't sleep, you hold water, you don't lose weight. So I had an apple in the evening after my dinner, and then a little one. And then I also had some casein protein at about 10 o'clock because I couldn't sleep. I got up twice to pee, which means that I'm dropping water. And these were big peas too, and I know it's gross, but this is how weight loss goes, guys. So the latest is normally quite good here. Now, I haven't done anything in this light yet, so let's get on the scale, shall we? Coming up to 11 o'clock and I am so hungry. I can't function properly, I can't concentrate. It's hard this, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't eaten this little calories pretty much ever, I think. So this is not fun. 10 out of 10 would not recommend, but time to eat. So today I am actually eating a bit more. I should eat around 1,000 calories. I'm not doing that to myself. You have to bear in mind that I'm an athlete. I'm fairly lowish in body fat. I'm of athletic build. Therefore, I naturally have a higher metabolism than somebody who is perhaps overweight, for who this diet is made. This diet has been made for people who are obese. So I've worked out my calories for today. I'm going to eat around 1,200, even though I should eat 1,000. Just a few little bit extra, because there's being hungry and there is suffering, and I can do a lot of suffering, but I'm not suffering if it comes to sleeping, as I said this morning, plus the weight is falling off me. Now here we have a small apple, I have 6 crackers, Jacob's crackers, and I have 50 grams of cheese. Now let me explain about this diet. I'm gonna do a video on my main channel about it, just going over some of the myths, because some of it is quite comical. But in essence, what this diet aims to do is that day 1 you eat around 1,400 calories, day 2 you eat around 1,200, day 3 you eat around 1,000 calories. That means that over 3 days you eat 3,600 calories. That leaves 4 days of 6,000 calories, meaning that in a whole week you eat slightly shy of 10,000 calories. They reckon to burn a pound of fat is about 3,500 calories. If this diet has been designed for people who are obese, assume that, let's say, they eat on average 2,500 calories a day. Probably more than that, but let's just for argument's sake, let's say 2,500. So 2,500 times 7 for 7 days comes down to 17,500 calories. That means that what you're doing on this diet is you're cutting your calories, your weekly calories, by 7,500. Now, what does that mean? That means that in theory you can lose up to 2 pounds a week, because 1 pound is 3,500 calories. Therefore, it's just the whole point of this diet is just calorie control, and I think the reason why they're adding in the set days, from what I read on their website, is because this is the kind of food that people have usually in their cupboards. People will have some protein, people will have some hot dogs. I didn't eat them, but you get the point. Some vegetables, things like crackers, slices of bread, eggs. They're common household items. And it also forces you to be strict and to be disciplined, because you are eating set foods at set times. But then it gives you a little bit of leeway by giving you, for example, the ice cream at the end of the day, maybe as a little reward, something to look forward to. And this is the whole point of this particular diet. I was gonna say more, but I'm too fucking hungry, so I'm gonna eat, because my brain is, fuck knows where it is, but it's not with me right now. Bon appetit. It's 10 to 22 for 2, and I am legit so fucking hungry I cannot concentrate. Hold on. Yeah, I'm legit so hungry I can't concentrate properly. I kind of did some work, then I lay in bed for about half an hour, couldn't sleep, and now I don't know, I'm gonna eat some carrots. Look how tired I look as well. I didn't sleep as well last night either. And one thing that's very important, I mean, like, I don't think you should do this diet. I'll talk about it at the end tomorrow, but sleep is very important, because if you're tired you're going to be hungry and you're going to opt for fast options like quick carbs, simple carbohydrates. But what I'm going to have now is 1 cup of carrots. Don't know what my hair is doing, but we're going with it, guys. So I have 1 slice of bread, 2 eggs, because I am starving. There we go. I'm so hungry, I can't concentrate. I'm starting to quite hate doing this diet, but 3 o'clock, we're pretty much through the day. I'm gonna treat myself to a bath later. My camera is about to die, and I literally just want to eat this and not go up and get another battery, so be assured that this is all gonna get eaten, don't worry about it. So here is the last meal of the last day of this diet. I'm so glad it's over. I'm going to enjoy this whilst I watch some TV, and I'll be back tomorrow with a recap of my thoughts and the final weigh-in. Here are my before and afters. I'm glad it's over. I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't recommend it. I was very hungry. Now, let's talk about the pros and the cons. There's not many pros. The only thing that I can think of is that it's just a set meal plan. So if you're somebody who is struggling to lose weight, you don't know what to do, and you just want the convenience of being told how to eat, it may work. On the negative side, this is definitely not a diet that's meant for people who work out a lot, people that have a lot of muscle mass. It's definitely more aimed at people that are probably very sedentary. I found it hard. I was hungry a lot. I can see how this diet will result in binge eating, because once you're off it, like, all I've been thinking about is today what I'm going to be eating. So check out my other channel for that. I'm going to vlog the food I'm going to be cooking. So I'm going to treat myself, but at the same time I'm going to make it work it into my calories. But I wouldn't recommend it. I don't really think there's enough nutrition in there in terms of variety. I don't like that there's a lot of processed foods in there. I get the convenience factor of it being food that people have in the house and it not being expensive. So maybe that's a pro. It's not very expensive, but in general, wouldn't recommend it now. Some people can get away with eating these little calories, but I think for a lot of people it's going to be hard, especially if you're obese, morbidly obese, super morbidly obese. You can get away with eating quite a lot of calories and still lose weight. So why put yourself in such an extreme caloric deficit and just be hungry and have no energy and be miserable? Because it affects everything, you know. If you're so hungry that you can't, I couldn't, for most of the time I just had to exist because I was just so hungry, trying to conserve most of my energy. So would I do it again? No. Am I glad that I did it? Well, it's content, right? So from that perspective, yes. But I will never do it again. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, comment down below what other diets you want me to do, what celebrities you want me to eat like. I want to do Kylie Jenner, I want to do Arnold Schwarzenegger, I want to eat and train like IFBB Pro, bikini girls, fitness girls, figure competitors, bodybuilders even. There's a sea of opportunities out there and I'm willing to try it all. But nonetheless, I appreciate you watching and I'll be back in the next one. And another thing, sorry, I forgot. Basically, the weight that I've lost is probably going to be water weight. I wasn't too sure if it could be water weight because of the fact that I was eating carbs, and the amount of carbs that I would normally eat is around 100 grams. I was eating this on the diet as well, but I spoke to my coach who's very knowledgeable, and he basically said that if you cut back on other micronutrients, you can still dispel water despite eating carbohydrates because they are just being utilized instantly because the metabolism is so fast, right? It could well be that I've just dropped some water basically. And also, I did travel through Europe literally the day, like a few days before, and I hadn't been to the toilet properly because of that either, so I probably was holding water from that as well as holding waste in my body. I forgot about that, sorry guys. I've eaten since and I feel like a new person.